Greetings, Galactic Tribe. This is Spirit, your cosmic mentor with Harmonious Living Mindset. Welcome to my channel. You're going to find tools for more harmonious mind, body, and spirit. Today's Harmonious Living Mindset tool is going to be a channeled message for the Starseeds. So this is not for everyone. If you don't resonate with that term, you're not really sure about that, then this isn't for you. This is for Starseeds. This is a cosmic and planetary update for you. So we know that intelligent agencies spend billions of dollars surveillancing citizens, right, to keep us from really evolving out of old systems, okay? And so for some of you starseeds, you know that you've been being surveillanced, and a lot of that is your, algorithms, your patterns, your behavior, your there's cultural monitoring. Anyways, this is pattern recognition, and they do that through tech. They do that through marketing, through, all different governance. Anyway, interpersonal control mechanisms, collective nervous system, feedback loops. And so these systems are observing us. And some of the modern systems, these algorithms and institutions, I'm looking at some of my notes, so I remember, are designed there to predict behavior, okay? What has been discovered, though, is that starseeds, you have this remarkable ability, and a lot of us were forced into remembering. I mean, we've known our abilities, but some of it was majorly suppressed because of certain family dynamics. Many of us were placed in households with narcissists. And anyway, that was just part of us having to go through some of that. And so many of us were pressured into remembering our abilities by aligning our hearts and our minds with the divine. And what happened was a transformational process. And it was that we just didn't respond to the same predictability because we had to change our patterns just for many of us for survival. And it forced us into this transformational process where we stopped reacting to certain individuals, certain systems, certain ways, certain information that we were taking on. We weren't like feeding into like those feedback loops or guilt or the shame blame games anymore. And so the predictability of our patterns and our behaviors and things have changed, okay? And that was the divine stepping in and helping us align our hearts and our minds so we could remember that we are connected to source. We're connected to the unconditional pool of love, right? And that changed our way of creating and becoming more authentic to ourselves and to the world, and starting to shine unapologetically. That's what you've been doing. And as you've been doing that, like I've said before, it's creating a ripple effect. But in these surveillance programs, we're now being called metamorphosis subjects. And what was discovered, well, congratulations, okay? Because your courage and your strength and you're moving into your alignment with the divine and actualizing your potential in more creative ways, because you now do not have the fear of being yourself and not needing like external approval or outward, acceptance that made maybe behavior predictable before. Anyways, there is now observation without intervention because of what was happening. There's new protocols. So I'm going to explain some of these protocols in their now obsolete behavioral models and their training programs in these intelligent agencies with these agents. So there's a new protocol, which is do not escalate with the metamorphosis subjects, because it was discovered that when there was intervention and increased pressure, it only accelerated our transformation process. It didn't stop it, right? The protocol 2 is not to intervene unless there was clear criminal activity. Now, for some of us, there were dirty agents in the field that were trying to fabricate criminal activity, which we weren't doing. So anyways, they're not supposed to intervene unless there's real criminal activity. Legal or medical intervention to somebody's voluntary transformation process, it only radicalizes the person's evolutionary sharing of it, I guess, and it inspires other people, and then it's creating this phenomenon where more people are awakening to their own divinity and their own ability to evolve consciously. Yay! Yay! We're evolving! Okay, so then the protocol 3 is to cycle the agents frequently to prevent identification to the subject. Because if what they're finding out is that when agents are observing you or me or other people, they end up waking up to some of the system parts of how it's not making sense. So they end up becoming aware on a certain level. And so they have to cycle the agents so they're not exposed to our authenticity and our evolutionary process and our unpredictability of aligning ourselves, our heart and our minds with the divine, and loving ourselves and sharing our love and light with the world. So today was day 2 of Master Chinyu Lin and Tibetan Buddhist monks through Spring Forest Qigong do a 7-day blessing. And today was day 2. And something that Grandmaster Chinyu Lin has said the last 2 days was last year in 2025, things were really rough. The energy was rough. He didn't say it was stinky. I mean, I say that myself. I mean, 2024 and 2025 were filled, this is my word, okay? Filled with demon stank, if you know what I mean. Some of you might know what that means. And so what he said, though, what he said this year is that it's a lot more smooth, that there was, this lightness to it, more harmony, and that there was incense. And that harmony part is because beautiful, loving, bright starseeds, you have done that shadow work. You've done the inner work. You've letting go. You're breaking generational curses. You are metamorphosizing in beautiful, transformative ways, and it is healing the planet. It's healing Gaia. It's healing the earth, and it's spreading out into the universe. So keep shining. Oh, this is the other thing. So from some different sources, if you can do the Merkaba as a way of, just look up Merkaba. Brian Scott has a great video on YouTube about that. And then also start looking at the electromagnetic spectrum. Okay, so if the boundaries of this universe is light and sound, we're going to be using that electromagnetic spectrum for more growth of healing through sound and healing through light in our creative ways as we're actualizing our potential in aligning our heart and our mind with the divine. I am so proud of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your journey. Thank you for sharing your truths, your courage, your strength. You're shining in so many creative ways. You are sharing your gifts and abilities and experiences, and it is starting to just ripple out and help other people to wake up and know that they can consciously evolve and transform, and that they have so much potential to actualize. And so thank you. Blessings to you. Blessings, blessings, blessings. I love you. Ciao for now.